you looking for that perfect golf community but don't know which one to pick just yet? Well, today we are talking all things Westlake Country Club. You know, they've undergone a lot of renovation and they're not even done. So I'm going to tell you what's been completed and what is yet to come. Plus, I'm going to tell you all things about the neighborhood, the homes, and the lifestyle. So stick around. You don't want to miss it. Hi, I'm Nicole. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, your golf community expert. And if you want to know what's happening before anyone else, then hit subscribe and hit the like button and you'll know all things Golf Austin. So let's get started on Westlake Country Club. First of all, it started in 1972. So they've been a member or having memberships over 50 years and very much ripe for a renovation. And they have done a great job so far. They hired Lanny Wadkins to do it and we'll go through all the details in a minute. But first, let's start with Westlake Country Club. Where is it? What's it like? What does it look like? So Westlake Country Club is just on the west side of town, just outside Highway 360. Very convenient to downtown. I'll show you in the map in just a minute. And it is right along the Barton Creek Greenbelt, right in the valley. So you're going to have some beautiful views and lots of landscape, scenery, topography, and animals, which, you know, I love the animals. So let's get started in the map so I can show you exactly where it is and you can know if it's the one for you. Okay, as you can see here, we're less than 10 miles from downtown Austin. And here's a pretty easy shot to the airport from the Lost Creek area. Oh, and by the way, I said Westlake Country Club. That's its current name. For the last over 50 years, it's been called Lost Creek Country Club. So during these big renovations, they renamed and rebranded the country club to Westlake Country Club. I really like it. I think it's a great brand that they've started, and just know that if you hear Lost Creek Country Club, though, that is now Westlake Country Club. So this neighborhood that you see here over in the map, the neighborhood is actually called Lost Creek, even though you are in the Westlake Country Club now. However, easy shot to the airport. You just scoot around the bottom of town, about 15 miles away. And unless you're in the absolute peak of traffic, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to get to the airport. All right, so now that you've seen the direction to the airport, I'm going to change it over to the satellite view so that I can show you the Barton Creek and the proximity to the Barton Creek Country Club and the entries into the Barton Creek Greenbelt. So as we zoom in here, these holes here, these green spaces here, this is all of the Barton Creek Greenbelt and green space. There's valleys through here with creek going through it, and there's rock walls where people can climb. I'll show you that a little bit later. Here is the actual country club pro shop right here. And this lighter colored grass, that's the Lost Creek Country Club. They probably took these pictures. Google Maps probably got these pictures when it was still growing back, as it was under construction for a long time and just came back on earlier this year. That's 2024. So these darker green holes over here, that is Barton Creek. So the course closest to Lost Creek would be the Crenshaw course, and then the course up here a little bit further away would be the Fazio Foothills course. And then if we zoom out just a bit more, over here in this corner is going to be the Fazio Canyons. So you can see it's just right in the middle of all things Barton Creek, and therefore you can expect the home prices to be very similar from Lost Creek through to Barton Creek. The views are similar. You have those panoramic vistas, you have the same topography. The only thing that would be a little bit different is if you wanted to be a little bit closer to the Barton Creek Clubhouse or the Westlake Country Club Clubhouse, because the fees are different, the initiation fees are different, the amenities are different, and all that. Today we're only focusing on Westlake Country Club, so there we go. So Westlake Country Club is a self-proclaimed Austin oasis. It's been there a while, over 50 years, I've already mentioned, so it has a lot of roots, a lot of tradition, family history there. And with this new renovation that I'm going to tell you point by point, it's really become one of the sought-after clubs in town. Currently, the initiation fee is running about $85,000. Now, of course, there are different levels. That's the full package with the golf, the racket, the fitness, and all the things. If you don't want the golf, you can throttle it back. You can get just a social. So there are options for everyone. But keep in mind, this membership is part of the X Life or invited clubs. And what does that mean to you? Well, it means you would get nationwide access to other clubs and restaurants and dining facilities across the nation when you travel. So depending on what level you buy in would mean how many benefits you get across the nation. But that's one of the highlights of joining the Westlake Country Club, is that it puts you into this national network of opportunities to play golf, dine, and have hotel stays at discounts across the nation as you travel. Okay, let's start with the golf course. The Redesigned by Lanny Wadkins. The course now incorporates the landscape, making use of the elevation changes out there, the natural water features, the live oaks, and the native vegetation, a little bit more so than it did before. They did a complete redesign of the bunkers and the green complexes. They increased the course variety, changing up the holes just a little bit. Some of the par 4s are drivable and some of the par 5s are reachable in 2. Speaking of that, it's an 18-hole par 71 golf course to begin with. So it being through those valleys of the Barton Creek and between the walls sometimes and the creeks themselves, you're going to have to hit a straight ball. That said, you can drive those par 4s in 1, so there's a lot of risk-reward payoff. Here, I'll show you some pictures of the golf course. So here's a great picture where you can see the natural kind of landscape, those beautiful flowers there in the foreground, and then you've got to hit it over that pond to get up to the green. This kind of shows how narrow the fairways can be here with bunkers on one side and trees lining the other. This is a view from up at the clubhouse area down to the practice putting green down here. And this is what they did a lot of work to here. This is the signature 18th hole. We've got that waterfall in the back, beautiful par 3 over the water there to finish on. And in the background, that is the pro shop, dining area, fitness, and all the facilities. And behind the building there is the swimming and tennis courts. Speaking of, here is a view of the lap pool where they have a lot of competitions for the kids. And this isn't on the golf course per se, but this is Barton Creek, so you can see those rock walls that I was talking about earlier. That kind of comes into play in some of the holes on this course. And here is the racket sports area. And one more view of hole 18 there with their new branded logo for Westlake Country Club. So in addition to changing the course up a little bit, they added a new short game practice area. They lengthened the driving range and added some new target greens on the driving range so you can practice to get that handicap a little bit lower. As far as the racket sports goes, they resurfaced all the tennis courts and they took 2 tennis courts out and put back 8 pickleball courts, so no matter which preference of racket sport yours is, they have it for you there. As for the pools, they updated some tile work, they redid the decking around it, put some fresh modern furniture out there, and added some shaded areas. For their dining option that is complete, these are all things that have been completed. The dining at the Roost is the outdoor patio area. They made it a little bit bigger. They added an enlarged bar area, some shade-resistant walls, or should I say weather-resistant walls, and resort-style furniture with the chef-driven cuisine. So it's a lot of fun to eat at the Roost. Also completed is their state-of-the-art fitness center. It's 3 floors high, and on the first floor you're going to have the lockers and a pro shop and an area to get food. On the second floor they have their state-of-the-art workout facility room. It's called the Techno Gym Cardio, and you can do your free weights and workouts there. And then on the third floor, that's your classes like your yoga and Pilates. What's under construction right now? Well, they're still redoing some of the dining on the inside, and they're expanding some of the patio seating. So some of the interior infrastructure is under construction now, and then to be completed in the future, the last phase of the renovation will be the clubhouse, and that'll include everything from dining, private events, audio-visual equipment, parking lots, wet areas, and landscape. What kind of housing you can expect in this area? Well, there's a wide range because the neighborhood started in the 70s You know, some of the homes have never been touched, they've just been lived in and never updated, and then you have some that have been torn down and there's complete new construction. So I have a little group of them right in the same area to show you the difference in price points. Have a look. So if we look right here, let me zoom out just a little bit to show you where the golf course is. Here's the golf course right here. If we zoom in here, we have a property from $3,250,000 to $750,000. Now, the $750,000 is a condo, and these other three are single-family homes. So, at the $1,575,000 price point, you get a little bit smaller home at just over 2,300 square feet, and it was built in 1981. This multi-level plan is very common. You're going to see a lot of multi-level homes, especially with the hillside views and things. Sometimes you will not even have a backyard because you're hanging out over the green space, or I should say the cliff. This home does have a beautiful swimming pool. And if you look at the kitchen here, it has been updated. So it is modern and on trend, but chances are the floor plan design itself is not as let's say desirable as what a new construction would be, and that's why it's half the price of what a new construction is. But that's a very common style in Lost Creek right there. I'm going to go back and show you now what a new construction would look like as far as cost and size. So this one's twice as big, so that helps, but it was built in 2024. Almost 5,000 square feet and listed at $3,250,000. So, well, let's just start with this outside facade. You can see the difference in what modern trends are calling for today and how they were built in the 80s. Additionally, lots of glass doors. Most spaces now want to have that indoor-outdoor living areas, so most builders are building these large-scale doors that open to the outside, so on good weather days you can just have them open and come in and out. Here's a look at the pristine kitchen, just all white, modern lines, very clean look, and over here to the right we have the wine cabinet. Another look at the kitchen, clean lines, and here's a picture of the primary bath that is exactly the same type of feel as that kitchen, just white, clean, traditional, or modern I should say, lines, and then the windows have that black trim, which is all on trend right now. Freestanding tub is almost a necessity these days. And then here's the guest bathroom in the other part of the house, same white lines, but it has the gold faucets and fixtures. And here's a view of the outdoor kitchen and patio area, which would open straight into that living room. And this is, I see this on so many homes of new construction these days, because this is what people want. They want to be able to live outside, have their furniture covered, have the grill outside so they don't make a mess of the kitchen when they're cooking for their guests, and ease to get to and from the swimming pool. I'll show you one more that was from the 80s that's been fixed up over time. It's also a bit larger, 4,139 square feet, built in 84, listed for $2,250,000. And these are all on the same block, so these are very, very good references so you can see how much the amount of fix-up and updating, or if it's new construction, adds to the value of the home. So here's the front view of the house, just pretty plain brick, multiple roof lines, so it was probably a very costly design in the 80s, but today it looks a little bit stale compared to those new constructions. Here's a picture of the back of the house, and then I'll show you the kitchen and we will be finished. So here's the kitchen here. It has lots of counter space, a huge island in the middle, and upgraded appliances and range vent hood and all things, all the pools, all the oven and everything. But since it is upgraded and updated and not new, that's why you can get a little bit better value. So again, just showing you the area these homes are in, right all together, and 4 completely different price points. Some of it has to do with size, but the majority of it has to do with how new it is or how fixed up it is over time. So that's a wrap. Westlake Country Club, the Lost Creek community. Did you see something that you like? Comment below. Let me know what stood out to you. I answer them all myself, and I would love to hear from you. And hey, would you like to see one of these homes in person? I can certainly help you out with that. I am always here to help you make the perfect choice for your lifestyle. And until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.